Hey, everybody. It's the captain. And it's the morning after the Roger Waters concert. And I'm totally beat to a pulp. I'm hurting so bad. It was unbelievable. It was well worth the $322 a piece that we spent on the tickets. The music, the show, the lights, the pyro, it was beyond anything I could have expected. It was an unbelievable show. 30th anniversary. I remember when The Wall came out and everybody was going around singing, "Hey teacher, leave those kids alone." And we just had no idea how big that album was going to be, because I was just a little kid, and was like 12 years old. And we had such a good time. A can of beer, basically if you wanted to get a beer, you got one of those 24-ounce cans poured into a big cup, and that was like $8. So we had a couple of those, and we had pretty good seats, so we got there a little bit early, and we got ourselves seated, and we got ourselves squared away. And the lights went out and the show started, and there was still people coming to find their seats in the dark. And that was kind of, it's bullshit, because we all go out of our way to get there on time so that we could see the show. And I was on the internet last night and I was talking about the show, and I said, there was really two shows in one. There was the show itself, and then there was the Sea of Humanity putting on its own show, believe it or not. And the thing that struck me is that around us was some pretty expensive seats. We're talking anywhere between like $400, $500. Some of them were even $700. Down on the floor, they were $1,000. And there was people during the show. There was an intermission. And before the intermission, I mean from the very beginning of the show till the intermission, there was people who got up at least 6 times. At least. I mean, and you just say you're like in the middle of your aisle, the middle of your row, and you decide you got to get up and you got to go do something. Well, everybody's got to stand up and they got to turn their feet and they got to get back so that you can scoot by them. Okay? In the meantime, you're missing the show. And in the meantime, all the people behind you are missing the show too, because it's a distraction. Now, it's a distraction to do it once. Now, I'm not saying somebody's not going to have to go to the bathroom. And I'm not saying anybody's not going to want to go get a beer. I mean, they make a lot of money off of concessions. But, and this is a big but, this is like a 50-inch gelatinous butt. Why would you spend $500 on a ticket and get up 6 times before the intermission? It's like you have absolutely no interest in the show at all. It's like you don't care about Roger Waters up there belting out a tune. This was just a night out for you. You could have did anything. You could have went and played mini golf. You know what I mean? You could have went out to eat, if that was the case. You could have went to the casino and just dropped $500 in a slot machine. But see, the thing is if you don't care about the show, that's one thing. If you're not there to see Roger Waters perform, that's one thing. But what about the people around you? You're bumping by them, walking by them, scooting by them 6 times, 7 times before the intermission, and by the time the end of the show came around, there was people who got up like 10 times. And every time they came back with 2 beers. So $8, $8, $16. 10 times. 10 times. And the thing is we're living in this recession. But at this concert, you would never know it. Everybody seemed to be dressed pretty well. Everybody seemed to have some high-end equipment. Almost every person there had their iPhone up or their Android or their BlackBerry or whatever, and they're filming the concert. They weren't just taking pictures. I mean, they were videoing and taking pictures. And I mean, when you seen the floor, it was just a sea of little screens, you know? It's like, wow, man. You know, you would just never know that there was all these broke people. I mean, in Buffalo's considered like to be like out of the top 10 worst, poorest, broke down, spent cities in America. Buffalo, in the last time they did the survey on Yahoo, was number 1. I mean, it beat Detroit. You never know it. You would never know it. I mean, I can't even imagine how much money they made in concessions. Because people were just up, going up and down those stairs, scooting by people with their beer, chicken fingers, hamburgers. I mean, they're sitting in their chair eating a hamburger. I like to eat hamburgers. I'm a hedonistic person. I like to consume. I'm a consumer. I like to drink my beers, like to eat my food, like to get down, like to have some fun. There's a couple of guys there. They were smoking pot. Two guys smoked as much pot as Cheech and Chong smoked in every single one of their movies combined. In 2 hours. Okay, the show started at 8 o'clock. By 10:30 it was over. By 10:30 these guys smoked probably 10 joints. Smoked 10 joints, got up a shitload of times to get beers, just hammering food in their yapper. And I wonder, if you asked them, dude, what did you think of the show? They'd have to think, gee, I don't know. I missed probably 3/4 of it because I was either getting food, taking a piss, getting beer, or lighting a doobie. You could do that in your living room. I don't know. See, the thing is that's the problem because, you know, I'm a conservative libertarian and I believe, you know, live and live, let people have fun. You want to be a consumer, be a consumer. One of my mottos is hey, have as much fun as you want as long as nobody gets hurt. And if you go ahead and hurt yourself, fine. As long as there ain't a whole bunch of people on the line to cover the cost of your injury. You know, otherwise knock yourself out. But see, here's where the logic starts coming into my head. Why would you spend $400, $500, $600, $700 on tickets to see a 30th anniversary concert like you ain't never seen before in your life, only to get up 5, 6, 7 times during the show to go and get beverages and food? It's like eat before you go and celebrate later. But hey, that's my video blog about the Roger Waters Performs the Wall with an all-star cast blog people. So have a good one. Thanks for watching. Peace!